talk about studying in Germany. So let's talk about schools first. So school in Germany is obligatory until the age of 16. Afterwards, the state doesn't care what you do, and it's for free. And we have no school uniform. So since I was in kindergarten, I was allowed to wear whatever I want until today. Then universities. So universities in Germany are for free. We do not have tuition fee. So all we pay is an administration fee that is 10,000 yen a semester, and that's it. So when we start working, we do not have debt in our bank account. We are just free to go, which is very nice. We have public and private universities. Usually the best ones and the common ones are the public ones. So no one really goes to private universities in Germany. Yes. Then for the attendance, so attendance at university is not obligatory. Which means that I have people who did the same studies as me that I've never seen before. So they just don't show up for classes, then you write one exam at the end of the semester, they show up, write the exam, and you never see them again. So there were people graduating with me after my bachelor that I've never seen before, because you don't have to go. You can just stay at home, read the slides, read the books, and it's fine. So whenever Germans come to Japan or other countries like America, where attendance is obligatory, it's very difficult for them to show up. Like, why do I have to go? I can do this by myself. But yeah. Another thing that I really like about German universities is that most of them are really engaged in exchange programs. This is why I'm here. Usually universities offer to go all over the planet, and mostly like the really good program is called Erasmus, which is an exchange program within Europe, where they just send German people to, I don't know, Sweden and Spain and France and so on. And that is really good, and also you get scholarships from these programs. Everyone does not depend on your grades or the income of your parents. So for example, when I was in France for my exchange year, I got 40,000 yen a month that I did not have to pay back. I just got it to make me able to go on exchange. So that is like a really good thing about Europe trying to contribute to exchange within Europe. That is really nice. Yeah, okay, to the social welfare point. So there is something called BAföG in Germany, which means that when your parents do not combine, the income of your both parents combined is according to the scheme they have, not enough so that you can study. They give you a certain amount of money every month, which is also like I think 40,000 yen. It's a loan, so you have to pay half of it back at the end of your studies, and it is dependent on your parents' income. And the same program exists when you want to go abroad, and then I think your parents can earn a little bit more and you still get money. So that is like a help from the German state so that students do not have to do a part-time job while studying. So they should just focus on studying. They get money and you can pay it back later when you have a good job because of all the studying you've done. So that is a good thing. So, working in Germany. Yes, so we are gonna talk about wages. So what I realized, especially because I am going to start working in October, is that, for example, when you want to start your career in Germany, you get paid way more than in Japan. Because in Japan you get paid based on seniority. So you study, do your bachelor's, start working just start working, and then depending on how long you stay with the company, you get more salary. In Germany, you get paid based on performance and education level. So the difference between a bachelor student and a master student in Germany, the pay gap is remarkable. Like, that's why a lot of people in Germany do a master's degree, because they can get better jobs in the end, and they get way more salary in the end when you have a master's degree, because you're paid based on your education. Then we're going to talk about equality. So usually Germany does good when it comes to equality in terms of race, but with the gender equality we're also lacking a bit. I think that only 8% of the main German companies have a woman on the board. That's not enough. And there's also still a pay gap between men and women doing the same job. There is a pay gap. But at least, we're going to talk about that here under the point working rights. So we have something that's called paid maternity and paternity leave. So when the woman is pregnant, she is allowed to take 2 years off and is paid throughout the 2 years she's taking off by the company, and then she can start working at the same job that she did beforehand. So she does not have to stay at home and be a housewife. Also kindergarten and all of these child caring facilities are very good in German companies. Also we have something called paid sick leave. So when I'm sick and I cannot go to work, it does not deduct from my holidays, but I get paid for that day, even though I'm not there. And also in general, we get 30 holiday days a year, and I think here it's like 6. It was very, very shocking for me when I heard it. One of the reasons for that is also something called labor union. In Japan, labor unions are within the company. So one company has one labor union, you can enter and they regulate some stuff for you. In Germany, we have something like industry labor unions. So it's not within the company, but within, for example, the whole automotive industry has one labor union. So you can imagine how many people there are in this labor union. So when they decide that they want a higher wage, that is way more feasible than it would be if there were just 30 people or something. So that's definitely a good thing. Then task orientation, that's what we were talking about earlier. So we are not relationship oriented but task oriented. In the workplace, it feels like this. You come to the workplace and no one talks to you. We don't do small talk in general. Germans are really bad with that. Small talk just doesn't happen. And when you see someone at work, you come to work and then they're not asking, so how was your day yesterday? What are you doing? How are you feeling? The first question is, did you get the task done from yesterday? And it's not rude, it's not that they don't care how you feel, but it is a task orientation. So this is the main thing that counts at work. So I think also being friends with people at work or eating out afterwards, all of this is not happening. Because there's a strict line between private life and work life, a very strict line. If your boss asks you, I don't know, to paint his house, you say no as a German, definitely. In Japan, I don't know. So very task oriented, and the focus is always on your work, and they're not going to ask you how are the kids doing, how was your evening last night. They think it's an invasion of your private life. So they don't want to go there, so they're just asking about your job. And then cultural diversity. So we're still a lot of Germans in companies, of course, but we also have a lot of different people from other nationalities. A lot of Indians, for example, American people, and so on. So it's always very diverse, which is, in my point of view, a very good thing, because then you can learn from other nationalities and be more open-minded. The office language is usually German. If you go to Germany on your own and want to find a job, so not an expat with your Japanese company, but you want to go there and find your job on your own, you need to be fluent in German, otherwise you do not get a job. Which is weird in my point of view, because it can happen that you are part of an English-speaking team and everything you do is English-speaking, but because the official language is German, they require you to speak German. So but a lot can be done in English. So when you go there as an expat from your Japanese company and they send you for 2 years to Germany, for example, English is totally fine. Everyone knows English. And if they don't, they will. Thank you very much for your attention.